Hey,
Hey, what's up, everybody?
hello.
Hello, welcome to 2023.
Yes,
We are
2023.
in the house. Actually, we're not in the house. We're actually outside the house,
Yes,
but
yes,
never mind that.
yeah.
Welcome, everyone. I am Angela, and this is,
Lamar.
and we are Lamar and Angela, and this is our YouTube channel, our YouTube home. If you are joining us from our Facebook feed, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're just so glad to have you on and have you here and joining us for the very first live of 2023.
Yep.
2023, y'all. It's 2023. It's
Yeah.
amazing that we're even here for a new year.
Yep.
Okay, so we want to welcome you to our Facebook, YouTube home, wherever you're finding us on social media. We want to welcome you. We want to say, hey,
Yeah.
just glad that you guys tuned in and came by, stopped on in. We're going to wait for just a second, but we're greeting you from a beautiful day here
Yes.
in Querétaro, Mexico.
Yes.
Beautiful day here.
Yes.
I wish you guys could see the view that we see,
Right.
but that's why we're sitting here on our lovely porch,
Yeah.
just kind of enjoying the day.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret. The secret is I have no clue what I'm doing. If you can tell, I have no clue what I'm doing. Lamar might have a better idea.
No, I don't have a better idea. This
Oh,
is the
dang.
first time we've done a live, and I'm sure things will get better as we move through this throughout the next year and for a long time to come.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, what we're going to do is going to start trying to do a little more regular lives with you guys so that you guys can join in, ask questions. If you see something that you want to ask us a question about or what have you, come on through, swing on by. I'm just glad you came by and are checking us out. Okay,
right.
so what do you want to talk about for 2023? I think I'll open it up. Our kids have actually populated us with some questions that I've got here on my phone, but I want to give it up, open it up for you. Did you have anything on your mind?
Um, One of the things I want to do for this year is make things better for me. Not to leave my family out, but do things for myself that are fun, enjoyable that I don't normally get a chance to do when I was in the United States.
No, what do you mean by that? What do you mean?
The RC racing. It's a big thing for me. There's a track that's local here, and I've sampled it a little bit, and it's a lot of fun. Good people there, good guys there, very helpful, and they're doing things to make things better there.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to look for the questions here that are live questions.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to give you the kids came up with these.
Okay.
And so I'm not going to let you know who asked what question, but okay. You probably can figure out which one it was.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So the very first question is, if you could snap your fingers and tell your 2021 self a thing or two, what would it be? I'm gonna put the question here in the for us here in the so you guys can see what the question was. But if you could tell your 2021 self, go back and tell your 2021 self a thing or two, what would it be? 2021. First off, we have to recap.
Yeah.
2021. We were still in the States.
Yeah, we're still in the States. Still in the housing situation.
Right.
That was a difficult thing. I think that my 2021 self, I would probably come to a conclusion earlier that the American dream is a bust. So that would be one of the things I would tell my 2021 self with regard to how things would have been if I'd known better.
Now, why do you think that?
Well, I think that for us as normal people, it's difficult to understand that the housing situation there is not the best when it comes to regular people.
Yeah.
If you don't have hard cold cash to throw down on a house, it's hard to really make things work
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah, true.
Um,
Very
and
true.
so it's definitely difficult when you're living in a house that will be outdated soon.
Yeah.
And then when you go to sell it, you'd have to have the money to fix it up to make it to the standards. I
So
call
you're
it
saying if you could go back in time and tell your 2021
yeah,
self, you would tell them, forget about buying a house in the United States.
yeah,
Save yourself.
yeah. I mean, the lessons that we learned when we were in Harford County, just with neighbors and things like that who sold houses, how they had to spend money in order to sell their house, to update kitchen, spend $15,000 as one of our neighbors did, and then to have that
And then
kitchen.
that new person came in and
And
just ripped the whole thing
kitchen
out. I
and
was like,
actually,
well, dang.
yeah, the person that bought that house said, I like the kitchen, but tore it out.
Mhm.
So if you don't have that kind of money to spend on a house and to keep it up, it's very difficult to maintain that. And then most people don't stay in their houses longer than
Oh, I keep messing up this
5
thing
or
here.
10 years. So,
Y'all have to forgive me. I'm still new at this, so we're trying to get this thing together here.
yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah.
So what I would tell my 2021 self. You know what? In thinking about this question, 2022 last year was crazy.
Yeah.
Was crazy. Was
Yeah.
a crazy year. So I think that if I could go back and tell my 2021 self, I would tell my 2021 self, girl, woo.
Yeah. Yeah.
The first part, the first half of 2021 is going to 2022 is going to suck.
Right.
It's going to suck majorly.
Yeah.
But it will get better.
Yeah.
It will be almost almost, I wouldn't say replaced,
Right.
but yeah, 2022, the first half, January through June, oh, honey.
Yeah.
But June, July, I mean July through
July through now, it's been a learning experience. It's been hectic.
Yeah.
Living in a different country, different language, culture, and hit with a difference in culture as far as being treated.
Yeah.
We actually had an
now
experience.
wait, because that's the next question. If you could change one thing that happened in our move to Mexico, what would it be?
Change.
If you could change one thing that happened in our move to Mexico, what would it be? I'm gonna write this question for you guys so you can see what it was.
Thing that I would change about our move.
I got one.
Really happy. I mean, the trip down, we drove down. Took us about 4 days. The cross over the border was a non-event. There was no fuss, no muss. I can't think of anything that I would have changed.
My change would be the labeling of some of the boxes.
Oh.
In terms of, and it would be getting the original menaje de casa as our goods were delivered to us,
right,
so that we could keep better track of what was missing versus,
right,
that type of thing.
Yeah.
Because some of our boxes, there's a dog next door, y'all.
Yeah.
Mexico.
Yeah, they're dogs everywhere. They love dogs.
Dogs.
We love dogs.
But yeah, there were duplicates in the numbers,
Right.
and it made it difficult for us to keep track. Well, did we? Are we missing something? Are we not? Or did we get everything?
Right.
All that kind of stuff. So um, that um, I wish I could say I wish our things were better packed and ready.
Yeah. I mean, but that was, I mean,
But
having multiple things
it
going
is
on
what it
with
is.
move,
Yeah.
the estate sale, what goes to donation,
Yeah.
things like that. That was the tough part of that, is to separate everything out so that we could organize things. And we brought a good amount of things, not furniture, but our um, hobby stuff and things like that, and personal items that we felt that we wanted to keep, memorabilia, family heirlooms, that
Hmm.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, what? Oh, let me go back to our questions. All right. Next question. What is your favorite resource for? No, 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 no. Let me take that back. I won't ask that question. What is the biggest lie people have told you about Mexico?
Oh, that Mexicans are poor.
Ooh, ooh.
Mexicans are not poor. The neighborhood we live in right now, there's a house on the backside down here that actually has 6 high-end
Oh,
luxury vehicles. Um,
they're
and,
balling over there.
and
They are.
and there are other neighbors here that are the same way. So that's one thing. Um,
Mm-hmm.
drug dealers,
Uh, yeah.
we haven't seen it. Not that we, roam in those circles. We don't. However,
How's
I
it
don't.
ever?
I don't see any of that here. Um, I don't feel
Sorry
that.
about that, guys.
I don't feel that the police here are overzealous as I've experienced in the United States. They're
Mm-hmm.
friendly. They're helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's it's been a tremendous experience so as far as the hospitality and how people are very helpful here.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, the biggest lie people have told me about Mexico. Yeah, I think I would have to agree that
Yeah.
I was expecting poverty, and trust and believe there is poverty here. There is poverty here. Absolutely. Um, but I was not fully expecting the way some folks are balling out of control with
Oh,
old money,
yeah.
centuries old money.
So with regard to the poverty piece, now you have your homeless. You see that in the United States and elsewhere, people begging on the street. But
Yeah.
then you have the ones like, give an example, the guy that comes here to fix things for us at the house.
Mm-hmm.
Really nice guy, real good guy. Lost his job recently and is out of work.
Yeah.
But it doesn't get him down. He hustles.
Yeah.
Yesterday we had an issue with the water pump here. He was at another home yesterday doing work.
Yeah.
And he does work all throughout the week to, make ends meet. He
Yeah.
he really puts in that work, and we see that hustle throughout a lot of the communities here where people have little tiendas, restaurants, little stores.
Yeah.
They are really hardworking people,
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
So this narrative that was tossed around by um,
The former
the
president
former president,
and his kind.
and that
Yeah.
these people are, the worst. Sending their well, they're worst everywhere. They're people who don't have good morals, good behavior everywhere. So it's
Yeah.
not about people in Mexico or people in Brazil or in Spain there are just people who do the wrong things, but there are a lot of good people out here.
Mm-hmm.
And we've run into yesterday we went to pick up an item that we need for something that we have coming for 2023. And the people there were really nice,
Yeah.
helpful,
Was that
gave us good
yesterday? That was day before
day
yesterday.
before yesterday, and
Yeah.
they gave great information.
That's one thing that I will never grow old to me. Will never grow old for me. How we're being received here in Mexico has just been eye opening. It
Yes.
really, really has. Really has. Okay. So here's another one.
Mm.
Your biggest hang up or fear prior to coming here about living in Mexico.
Um, like anywhere else, finding the right place to live, finding the house that will suit us. That was the, I don't know if it was a fear, but a concern.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted a place that would um, satisfy our not only from a needs from an aesthetic standpoint, but also from a functional standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
And so the house that we settled in here, where we were living now, is a great house. We have great landlords.
Yeah.
They're fantastic people. They've been helpful. Really nice folk.
Really nice. Very nice. Very nice. For me, my biggest hang up or fear. I didn't really have too many fears about living in Mexico for me. I think my biggest hang up or fear is really for our oldest,
Mm.
is for Vanessa being a single person moving out and about and around in, spaces by herself. With us, we have the two of us.
Right.
And I'm not really afraid of us getting around, but it's mostly for our oldest and the kids.
Yeah.
Will they be able to adjust? Um, are they going to like it? Are they going to hate it? Are they, that type of thing. It was all fear related to how you guys were going to adjust, really. Yeah. Yeah. Right?
It wasn't a big adjustment from that standpoint. I mean, I was open and I didn't have any kind of an expectation about. I didn't.
What?
I didn't have that big. I didn't have an expectation. I didn't know what to expect when we got here.
The lies, y'all, the lies. I can't believe the lies. What? You did too. He thought I was going to have him in some rickety shack looking place that, with no running water, and it was going to
I
be
did
struggle
not.
city.
I did not.
Ooh, child.
I did not.
She did.
No. I didn't think we were going to be in a rickety shack, and I wasn't going to let that happen.
True.
I wasn't going to let that happen. I own my pickiness and things like that. For the simple reason
He
is that
owns it. Y'all heard that.
but it
owns
it's a
the pickiness.
it's a mutually beneficial thing. So if I'm striving for something that's quality, then that actually affects people who are around me.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So it's a good thing. It's a good thing. So yeah. Now the one thing I have to say while we're sitting here is the sun is moving.
Yes. It's getting them legs.
It's
getting them legs.
It's burning as well. So the the climate and the weather here is really nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's not humid here.
Yeah, true.
I would right now. I guess I'm perspiring a little bit, but if this was where we were from in Southern Maryland, Washington D.C.,
cold back home.
Home right now.
We are sitting outside. It's what 70.
Oh, I think it's more than that.
5, maybe getting close up to on the high end of 70 degrees. It's a beautiful, beautiful sunny day. I wish you guys could see what we're looking at here. Beautiful, beautiful sunny day. Okay, so I got another one.
Sun went in good. I was cooking.
Yeah. Speaking of cooking, what's your new favorite Mexican food?
Favorite Mexican food? We've got a little taqueria around the corner.
Yeah, that's been nice.
Yeah,
having within walking distance.
Walking distance.
Taqueria, a within walking distance, fresh fruit,
Yeah.
fresh vegetables, a
A
tienda that
bakery.
sells that.
Oh,
Oh,
the bakery. There's a bakery that's right around the corner that we can get fresh made pastries in the morning and things like that. It's a really nice place.
yeah.
Good people there, very friendly, helpful.
Well,
Uh,
what's been your favorite food? Now we granted we have not gotten around and tried nearly as much as we should have.
yeah,
We should. So we're gonna have to step up our game.
yeah.
But
I do like tacos pastor.
oh,
I do like the what's the other one, that the sandwich,
the torta?
the torta. The torta's
Ah,
good.
torta, yeah.
Yeah.
Tortas are delicious.
The You have to reset your visual on spicy sauces. Usually, a green sauce is not so spicy.
See, I'm
The
not a
greens,
spicy girl.
the green sauce here, and they
And these
have
kids be trying to burn my mouth out, y'all. They be trying to burn my mouth out.
they
Oh, it's not him too.
yeah
Him too.
no
Oh, it's not
no.
so spicy. It's not
Her
spicy.
tolerance level is very 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 low.
Y'all know I'm a punk.
So it's not really spicy. Most of you guys would be able to eat
Y'all
some of the
know
stuff,
I'm a punk.
but they have a condiment on most tables at most of these taquerias that
Hot. If you like it
it
hot, if you
looks
like
like,
spicy stuff,
so it looks like coleslaw.
Mexico is your place.
It's not coleslaw, because I thought that the orange vegetable and then was carrots. No,
It does kind of look like a slawy kind of
it's
situation.
habanero, and
Yeah,
your mouth will be on fire.
on fire.
So I'm not into the habaneros like that, the real spicy stuff.
Yeah,
Our youngest Gabrielle, she likes that kind of thing.
yeah, she does.
But
But
no, it's uncomfortable to eat.
so you said tacos al pastor,
Yeah,
and the tortas,
yeah.
and that's it.
Yeah, I haven't had a good mole here, because we had a mole, which I described to one of the locals here, someone who was raised here, as Mexican gravy, and he said that's pretty much it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's Mexican gravy.
Moles are very interesting. It's very interesting. I'm still on the fence. I don't know if I like it or if I don't quite. Kind of. I don't know. It's kind of like but they put chocolate in the mole, so it's like a chocolate gravy, but yet it's kind of a savory chocolate. It's a new experience.
Yeah, the
So
mole that I had at an American Mexican restaurant, Chevy's, it was more savory than it was sweet. It was, and it was over top of enchiladas.
oh yeah,
So it was Mexican gravy,
yeah.
basically.
But that was back in the States.
Yeah, this was actual authentic Mexican mole, and it had more of a sweet. You could actually smell and taste the chocolate
Okay. Yeah.
in it, and it is very prevalent.
Yeah. I know my favorite.
What's that?
Pandamorto.
Hmm.
Oh, Pandamorto.
But you have to wait till next year. This year,
the bread that they serve during Day of the Dead.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a fluffy roll.
Oh.
Basically, it's a dinner roll with sugar and butter.
Oh.
It's what it is. It's all it is.
It's so good.
It's a big old thick, and they make them in different sizes.
Oh.
And you can find them everywhere.
I got my whole life with that Pandamorto last year. It was so good. It was so good. Now I saw you when you went into the bakery the other day.
Yeah.
And she had a roll or some sort of
That's
like a wreath looking
It's
thing.
a holiday roll.
What was that? And I noticed you didn't buy it. I was like,
well, it's kind of like fruit cake, sort of, kind of. I knew she was saying it has strips of different types of fruit, different colors on it.
So it tastes like fruit cake.
So the colors, if you think about it, were the Mexican flag.
Okay.
So it's for the new year, and so it was,
But it was like fruit cake.
Yeah. Now the bakery, it's under new ownership. The owner there purchased this and is changing things. So
he's actually doing a good job.
I
meant to stop by there and tell him, hey, I see you.
So there are
See
things that
you.
he's doing that, with the pastries are, the textures are changing,
Yeah,
things like that. Normally what we've experienced before here is that the pastries, of course, you're not going to have the same extremely sweet that you get in the States.
that's true.
It's more in the lines of a flaky pastry with a hint of sweetness.
That's true.
If it has chocolate, there's some chocolate, but he's been doing some different things with the pastry he was making. But then
And he
we
went with the pizza too.
so we
Yeah.
were looking for pizza. No, so pizza here um, you've got Domino's, and then you've got the great
Little
pizza, Little
Caesar.
Caesars. Little Caesars.
Why?
Little
Why?
Caesars will have a
Why?
line around the building
Around the block, around the
waiting to
block,
get pizza.
standing in the hot sun
Son,
for some Little Caesars pizza. They
and
love it
and
here.
and I Little Caesars is a nice snack little
They
pizza, and
I
they are, I mean, their best pizza that they ever had was that chicken. I mean, the bacon
bacon.
wrap.
Yeah, that bacon wrap was bomb.
Yeah,
It
that.
was bomb.
Yeah,
How is it ever?
we couldn't
They
get
don't have it here.
right. So
So why
so
they're
and you also have Pizza Hut here.
true.
So
And Pizza Hut pizza tastes like Pizza Hut pizza
yeah,
back in home.
yeah. So
So
there's the Domino's. So it there wasn't, and then we went to some order
although they do add different things in their
condiments like ketchup
yeah.
to put on your pizza, or to
I was like, what?
now I can understand, like, you'll get crushed red peppers.
Yeah.
They'll throw
And I can
jalapeno.
understand jalapenos. I can
Yeah,
understand jalapenos, but the ketchup
yeah.
with the pizza?
I don't get that one, but okay.
Okay.
So we were
Okay.
looking and looking, and then we ordered some pizza via Rappi, and it said artisan pizza. No, the sauce was very ketchupy. There was not a hint of Italian seasonings whatsoever.
But that pizza from
Oh,
Walmart,
the Walmart. There's a company here that makes all types
the
of lunch
brand
meats.
is
It's
called
food.
as in Elmer,
Yeah.
and it tastes like he made it too.
Ooh.
That pizza is good and terrible.
Oh my goodness.
It's terrible.
It is terrible.
Horrible. So you're gonna catch as something that we have on our channel coming up very soon is In Search of Good Pizza.
So yeah, the bakery started out doing pizza, and their pizza's good.
Their pizza's good, but we're still we're still on
So
the
he
hunt
actually, and see, he's
for
not.
some good pizza here in Querétaro. Good
He's
pizza and good Chinese food.
he's actually not afraid to, because he
Oh, I
said
thought you were about to say something.
that
I thought he was about to say something.
Hercules. Now we have to find this Hercules.
So we
pizza
got to
place.
find this place. We're gonna find this place, and we're gonna bring you this information
Hercules
on
pizza.
where to find the good pizza.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that because I love pizza.
Yeah.
I know we're in Mexico. We're not in Italy. We're not in Chicago, New York, looking for a slice.
Right.
But I do like a good pizza.
Okay. So. Next question. What's been the biggest culture shock moving here?
Culture shock.
I know we touched on it. For me, what it was, we already just touched on it. How friendly people are here, and how they genuinely want to help you. They and will just their hospitality, their warmth,
right?
Their wanting to bring you in on as a part of their family. What?
Yeah. That experience the day before yesterday. The wife who owns a business that they smoke meats and stuff like that. She also bakes. She came out and gave us.
Now, mind you, we're just going there to
pick up
a toaster oven,
right?
That we were buying off of Facebook,
right?
Facebook Marketplace. Really nice, hardly ever been used toaster oven. Oh, great deal, good deal. Right. Okay, cool. So we get there and just happen to mention. How do we get on the subject? How
He
did we even start talking about
he
that?
actually brought up the fact that he has a business. They have a business that they smoke meat. So we're like, oh, great,
So we
barbecue.
started.
I love
Oh,
barbecue.
that's how we got on
I
that.
love barbecue.
And we started talking about the baked beans.
Yes, baked
and
beans,
baked beans
molasses.
because they don't have baked beans here in
Here, yeah,
Mexico.
they don't have like Bush's baked beans or anything like
Yeah.
that. Boston, or as he referred to it as the
Boston
baked beans.
Yeah, he did.
So
It was like you need to have molasses for Boston baked beans.
right.
And he was like, oh, well, you can. They don't usually. You can go either maybe HB has it, but this how you make it is. And we were like, what? He
Right.
was dropping the knowledge on this little sugar called I don't let me butcher it. Don't let me butcher it. Pinicillo or something like that. Pinicillo or something like that. Is it on there? Piloncillo. Let me see the. Yeah, so it's probably backwards, but this is the name of the stuff. Piloncillo. And it looks like a cone. It looks like a cone. And I've seen this in the grocery store like
Right.
a gazillion times.
And it's out loose. It's never in a package that I've seen it.
True.
It's in the produce department.
Right. And so, yeah, but apparently that's what you use to make molasses. And so
boil it. And
the wife was,
yeah.
or the husband was getting from the wife in the house, the skinny on how to make your own molasses. Like, wow.
Mhm.
And so I guess as a part of that conversation, she comes and brings us and gives us this package of piloncillo. Let me see it. Let me try it one more time. Help me with this, y'all. Piloncillo. Piloncillo. That's what it's called, or whatever. And
she also brought us a couple of gingerbread cookies. She also bakes, so she brought us some gingerbread cookies.
Some gingerbread cookies that she had made.
Yeah. And he's passing on information. Now, here's the cool thing about this. He's passing on information about their business where they do pulled pork.
Yeah. Ooh.
And he was talking about the pulled pork, and I was like, yes. And then we mentioned the fact that, as our one part of our home business is we do apparel decoration.
Right.
And he said, oh, and I showed him, and he goes, oh, do you have connections with, it was
some school, some college or school.
And we're like, no.
Oh, okay. He says, we're looking for that kind of thing all the time. Well, let me give you the hookup. Like,
right. Yes.
Wow.
So, I mean, very helpful, very friendly, very helpful. Always, doing things that, I normally would not see in the States. So it's been a great experience so far.
Yeah. Yeah, I think just how we've been received is probably for me, the biggest culture shock. Although, and I won't call it in a negative way, culture shock, but one thing that struck me when we first got here is how they treat their old people, how
their senior citizens, their moms, their
how
pops.
they love on their old people, and how they're very much a family, children oriented culture that I rocks with it. I rocks with it. I rocks with it big time. I like it. I like it. Because the way when you go to restaurants and they have areas for kids and they'll watch your kids for you while you and your husband and y'all go eat. We'll watch the kids for you and all that kind of stuff. And you can actually trust that your kids are going to be okay. It's just like, that was a huge culture shock for me, at least anyway. Do you think?
Yeah. That's very cool here.
Okay.
That and their love for our four-legged friends, the dogs.
Dogs are everywhere. And I said everywhere. Dogs are everywhere.
They're in the mall.
Yes.
They're in the mall, the largest mall in Latin America, at Antia Mall, right up the street.
You can bring your dog to the mall.
They have water bowls out for the dogs.
Yes. That was just like, what? They're cool. Big dog people. So I rocks with that.
Very cool.
I rocks with that.
That's why the dogs are out next door barking and making all that noise.
This is true. Okay. So what's one thing that you miss about American culture and culture from the United States. I won't say American. See, you called up the dog. You talked him up. So
Mm.
now the dog's gonna be
One thing I miss about
something
America.
you miss.
Um,
My family,
yeah,
family
yeah,
and friends.
miss family and friends, but culture-wise,
Yeah, yeah.
culture. Hmm.
What do we miss about?
And I haven't seen it here too much that matches up with the relaxed culture here, where if here in Mexico they schedule something for 2 o'clock,
Oh,
but they may not show up until 3 or 4. I haven't seen much of that, and I was bracing myself for that, and I've said
they have.
to
We've
Angie
had
here
a little bit of
a little
that
bit,
manana time.
right? But if you're going to say that you're going to be here at a certain time,
Right.
that's different than, it's one thing to be laid back and just chill about things, but it's another thing if I'm putting aside time to meet you at a certain time.
Right.
You can't be a hour late
Or not show up.
and not show up at all. I mean, it's not something that you would do. We haven't had that issue with the handyman guy that comes here. He shows up one time.
Yeah.
He does what he comes to do. Um,
But I think what I miss about American culture, there hasn't been really much that I actually find myself missing.
missing.
Um, Most of the time, Amazon delivers here,
Yeah,
and you can get stuff delivered next day almost.
yeah. The only thing that holds it up sometimes is maybe customs.
Oh yeah,
Every
if
once in
it's
a while,
imported,
imported.
right? True.
But other than that,
Mercado Libre is
yeah,
coming through on the other side of
yeah,
that, which is the Mexican equivalent to Amazon.
right.
So that's been, haven't really had that hang up. Um, we have deliveries like Uber Eats and all those others uh, so that hasn't really been something that we've had to worry about. Um, I can't think of anything else that we actually are missing
Mm.
from that
Yeah.
standpoint.
No, I mean,
Like I mentioned, like my family and friends,
yeah.
um, and hopefully we'll have some of them coming down to visit. But other than
I'm
that,
making new friends here.
true.
And even though there's a language barrier, and I had to get back on my Duolingo
Hmm.
and start, but the guys at the track and the community of racers there, they are, a lot of them speak some English.
Right.
And they also said, I said, well, I want you guys to speak Spanish more with me while I'm here.
True.
And they said, well, we'll do that, but if you help us with our English.
And that's the wonderful thing. That's the wonderful thing.
Yeah.
They have a whole kind of um, desire to want you to learn, or to want to help you learn Spanish,
Right.
and they want to learn English, and so it's been really really great. Oh, I see some folks on our live. Hey y'all, what's up, Ray? What's up, Ray of Sunshine? Hey, glad you stopped through. Glad
Yeah.
to see you coming
Yeah.
on in. Okay. What's up, Avonda? Hey, girl, what's going on? What about church? Do I miss church? Okay, so oddly enough, Mexico is very Catholic. Mexico is very Catholic, and they take their Catholicism seriously.
Oh yeah, you'll see. What was the last one?
The Day of Guadalupe.
Yes, they were marching through the street over here.
You got to check the calendar to find out what Catholic holiday is this,
Right.
because they're celebrating something.
They got fireworks going off for that.
Yeah.
The bullhorn going, and
Mhm.
kids dancing in the street.
But the very first month we were here, was it? We were in the Costco, and a young woman, not young woman, but a lady came up to us, and she was like, "You guys American?
Mm-hmm.
Do you speak English?" You know, that type of thing. And there's a whole English speaking church here in Querétaro.
Yeah.
That's downtown.
Right.
So, and she invited me to her women's Bible study group. So there's like a large Christian women's Bible study group that I participate with. And the English speaking church is looking for a pastor. Yikes. So I'm praying about that. But
Yeah.
it's awesome from that standpoint. But the other thing that I've noticed is I find that well, let me back up. One of my friends from seminary, she's a pastor in Texas, and they were coming here to Mexico to do evangelism and to do some missionary work and to help, I guess, convert those Catholics here that, and bring them into the body of Christ from a Protestant standpoint, blah, blah, blah. And it struck me that the people here get it a lot more than people in the United States. I'm sorry. I mean, the way that we've been welcomed into their home, they have welcomed us in. They have, if you need any help, let us know. They've genuinely shown you the love of Christ, even if they're Catholic and don't believe in the same, in the same way that we believe, in terms of being Protestant. So I have felt more of the presence of God here, oddly enough, than I do in the States. Good to see you. Good to see you. Say hey to David for us. Yes, Ray, it is like bartering. It is.
Yeah.
It is like bartering.
Yep.
That is something I need to get used to. That is also something I need to also get used to. The whole aspect of haggling for prices, especially when you go downtown to some of the markets and some of the tiendas.
Yeah.
I'm kind of not a haggler. I have never been.
Yeah, there are open markets in downtown Central that you can go
Yeah.
to. Have tons of products, meat, produce,
You name it, you can
poultry.
get it.
You can get it, and you just have to know where to look and how to bargain when you're down there.
Now, oddly enough, some of our white friends that are here, they've been complaining about what they call gringo prices. And gringo prices are when locals pay one price, but people who are perceived as Americans pay another higher price or what have you. We've seen a little bit of some gringo pricing, just a little bit, not that often, but most of the time, Lamar and I have been kind of lucky that if we walk up in there and this color skin is like, if you don't say anything.
Right. So I walk up into a store, I just pay. We pay regular prices.
Don't say
for
nothing.
The produce at the local stores and things like that.
So you can very well. I mean, we walked up to our local tienda just what was that, last month or so that we walked up there, or the month before that, probably. Gosh, time has been flying, and we got a big thing of chicken nuggets, some chicken breasts, filleted chicken breasts. That she pounded for us right there.
Right.
We got a whole big thing of broccoli and vegetables and all this kind of stuff. And the whole thing came to like $11. And it was a big bag that we had to walk home with, fresh, because everything here is grown locally. So it's all organic, as we would call it back in the States. So it's like, wow, okay. So that's actually been a pleasant thing that I've missed. Yeah. So we got another question that came from the kids. Did you get this one? No. Okay, no. Tell them about your experience at the track the other day.
At the track?
Racing.
Oh.
With your friends.
You talking about the first one?
Yes.
So I'm over there, and there's some guys over there, and there's a new guy there. And the hobby is for everybody that participates. The first thing we go there to do is have fun. That's the first thing, is to have fun.
Right.
And if you're not having fun, no, you don't want to do that. But he was new to the hobby, and I was talking to him. He said, "Oh, you're an expert. I know some things about the RC car. I've been doing it for a long time." But so I was helping him out, and then he said, I want you to drive the car." And I hadn't touched an RC car on a track,
Now
and
these are some expensive.
yes,
I mean, RC car building in and of itself can be a very expensive hobby. I mean,
right,
the cost of the motors and the tires and the
right,
nitroglycerin that you need for the
not nitro.
or whatever
That's an
it's called,
explosive.
nitro whatever.
Nitro is an additive, but the fuel
You know
is
what I'm talking about.
methanol alcohol. That's the fuel. But so yeah, it's an expensive hobby. The consumables are expensive. Everything.
And he's just going to hand you one of his cars and say,
right,
you don't know you from a can of paint.
Well, and the thing about it was,
and how did he know you weren't going to just grab it, snatch it, and run?
Yeah, well, I went
Look
up
at
on
my
the stand,
jaded American self coming through.
Went up on the driver's stand, which is, this is a purpose-built track. It's not, one that I used to race on in parking lot racing, or the last purpose-built track in this kind of way that I raced on was in Delaware, Southern Delaware. But got up there and it was fired up and let her rip, and I was running on the track like I had left. And so the car,
which was one of the reasons we moved here to Querétaro in the first place.
And it was fun. It was a good
track.
It was a good experience. But they were really kind.
Yeah.
Really nice. The owner of the local hobby store, who also built this track 20 some years ago, Miguel, is a good guy over at Audubell Hobbies, and he's a really good guy, and he's very passionate about the hobby, as a lot of the guys there are. And we're out there to have fun.
Yeah.
And it's something that I'm glad that I'm going to get a chance to experience more here. Being here, sometimes I wish that some of the guys that I raced with in the past, Quinn Moon, Juwan Hunter, Eric Jones,
hey guys.
Those guys,
hey y'all,
that they could experience it. Now, Eric hit me up the other day and asked me about the track. I think he's coming down, going to Costa Rica to race. I found out that Eric is down for any kind of travel race, whether it's Costa Rica, Puerto Rico, down to Florida. So I believe that he's probably going to go down to the Winter Nats over at Nuggets Ranch. So this is fun for me. It is. It's fun for me. I enjoy motorsports.
Yes. Okay. So one thing, going back to our question, that you miss about American culture, one thing that I caught myself missing the other day: sausage.
Oh, breakfast sausage. Bob Evans, Jimmy Dean, that kind of thing.
Just some sage sausage. Yeah, they don't sell it here.
No, you don't have it here.
Nowhere.
Tocino, bacon.
They have
it here.
Plenty of bacon.
Italian sausage?
No. Andouille sausage. Yes, it's, the sausage is.
So
lacking.
If anything, there's a market for someone who wants to bring other cultural.
If you got sausage game, come on down here to Mexico, because you could bake a killing.
Right.
On sausage.
Exactly.
Here in Mexico.
Yeah.
The other thing I kind of miss, I have some. It hasn't gotten bad, but when I hit the grits phase of wanting shrimp and grits, and can't get any andouille sausage and can't find any grits, polenta, I hear, is like a substitute, but when you want grits, you want grits.
Polenta is coming from the same corn hominy, isn't it?
I don't know. I'm gonna need to have some grits in my life. And we're good. We're good, but finding grape jelly is apparently very difficult. Now, I prefer strawberry, so I'm good.
What's
this guy?
What's interesting is it's from what we've heard, it's about the high fructose corn syrup.
I don't know what that is.
But they have Coca-Cola and Pepsi here, which is high
Exactly.
fructose corn syrup that they use, and
Exactly.
you look on the label and it's there.
Exactly. So I don't get that.
It doesn't make sense. So there's a store here, grocery store, um, the one by the mall, the
Which mall?
the Horty Shorty
Oh, City Market.
City Market, the Shishi Poo Poo.
Yeah.
Uh,
City Market is very shishi poo poo.
yeah, they have grape jelly. They have Welch's in the squeeze bottle. There.
Yes.
That's the only place we've seen grape jelly here. Oh, there's no collards.
The struggle is real.
No collards. They have kale. They
Ray of
have
Sunshine. The struggle.
the only other
is
greens
real.
that's very prevalent here is spinach.
Yeah, but collards. When
Right.
you want collards at Thanksgiving time, I make kale.
Mm-hmm.
And even if I could, can I get some mustard greens, some any kind of other greens? Yes, collards.
Turnip greens? No.
Yeah, that's going to be rough.
Yeah.
That's going to be rough. There's no substitute for grits, and there's no substitute for collards.
No.
Ah.
And at Thanksgiving, excuse me, collards are good. And then my mom would make
Sauerkraut salad.
Not the sauerkraut salad, but what I like is they do have cucumbers. It's cucumbers and onions in a vinaigrette type.
Oh, but we
dressing.
can make that.
We can make that.
We can make that.
But that pairing of the two of those together, even the sauerkraut salad goes well because it's similar. It's a real good holiday kind of memory dish and comfort food that I enjoy. The collard greens, those kind of things are good.
Yeah. Check her out.
No.
Starbucks and Denny's. Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't stepped foot in the Denny's in quite some time.
We went to an IHOP.
Yeah.
It was lacking.
Yeah.
It was kind of lacking. Get out here, bud. It was lacking. You know what? Also, I think we could be able to recreate it though. Cracker Barrel pancakes with the, how they fried in the butter.
Well, it gets
with
the crispy edges.
Crispy edges.
But we need to pull out the black skillet. If we had we have an iron skillet.
We have an iron skillet. We have a cast iron skillet.
Cast iron skillet, but if it was a cast iron griddle, which make it easier because you can maybe do a couple of pancakes.
We're gonna have to do something.
Yeah.
Something. But for the most part, a lot of the items that we love or food that we love, between Lamar and I, we throw down. We be cooking it up over here.
I like barbecue, as I stated earlier. One thing, and so I would normally use charcoal, but this is the first time I've had a pellet grill.
Yeah, a pellet
and so
cooks with pellets.
Pellets.
Very
it's hardwood pellets. And so it's a really neat thing that I don't have to come out and check
and the weather is gorgeous all year round, so we've been grilling all year.
Costco
this
has,
looks like it's going to be
good ribs, pork ribs over there, pork chops, things like that. So I put a nice rub on them, throw them on that grill, turn it down to like maybe 220 or so, and let it go for 5-6 hours, and we've got good ribs.
No soul food.
No soul food. We have to make our own cornbread. Collard greens.
I made some chicken and dumplings. Yes, I was making the chicken and dumplings, and they were fire.
Mm-hmm. It was good.
Okay, I was about to say they were fire. Thank you, sir. But yes, and cornbread, and they love wings here. So if you wanted lemon pepper wings or buffalo wings or any kind of wing like that, you'll be fine for that.
Yeah, there's
burgers.
Buffalo Wild Wings is here. Burgers here. You've got McDonald's.
Burgers galore.
You got Carl's Jr.
No, I'm talking about like just regular burgers. They throw down on the meat.
Hamburguesas.
The hamburguesas. Yeah.
Hamburguesas.
Yeah, they throw down on the meat. So
yeah.
We find that there's plenty of that, but in terms of making homemade mac and cheese.
You have to
We
do it
had to do
ourselves.
it ourselves.
The thing is with mac and cheese is having to find the sharp cheddar cheese. It's hard to find
Extra sharp
extra sharp cheddar
cheddar
cheese.
cheese. Yeah.
It's they have sharp or just regular mild cheddar cheese, but
Mm-hmm.
no sharp cheddar cheese. So not none, but they do have some, and
They
there's
do.
you just have to look for it.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah. They have some. Yeah.
Monterey Jack, they have
plenty of other cheeses. So
Parmesan. Oh, but that we get from the big bag of Parmesan cheese we get from Costco.
oh yeah,
Here.
if you want to do it, but they have plenty of Parmesan, Manchego. I mean, just they have a lot of cheeses, a
Yeah.
lot of cheeses. So that's always been a great thing.
Right.
That's always been thinking, but and it's good that we can cook,
Right,
because we cook our own.
Yeah.
And so we,
That's the thing that getting used to here is utilities.
oh,
Water, city water. They, I guess, water treatment here, pipes, old pipes. So this is why you get the stories about not drinking the water here.
mm-hmm.
Our landlord was really good about putting a ultraviolet 3 filter water filtration system under the sink. So we do have a
Oh
faucet
yeah, we
in
have
the kitchen, and
filtered faucet water.
then the refrigerator here has a dispenser. And I did the research and found an ultraviolet small device that you can put in between the water coming in the refrigerator to help with that. But then they don't do natural gas here. It's liquid propane, so you have to order that up.
Yeah.
Electricity is low because no air conditioning,
Yeah.
no central HVAC system here is not necessary.
True.
Because of the climate.
Right. So we don't. So our house does not have heat.
No.
It does not have air conditioning. Well, we've got a couple rooms that have
air conditioning.
An air conditioning unit, a little small air conditioning unit. But for the most part,
don't
need it, and that keeps our utilities very low. We think we pay our electric bill like every 2 months.
2 months, yeah,
or so. And we'll do a video coming up pretty soon to let you guys in on how much we pay and all that kind of stuff, because we've had a lot of people who are very curious about that.
Yeah.
So next question. Your favorite resource for support?
Favorite resource
and moving abroad?
Favorite resource? I mean, the only resource that I have is you.
I was about to say, hey!
Outside of that, I mean, resources.
So for me, I would say the Nomad List, the Earth Awaits. Those are good resources that you can get a good feel on what prices are. There's a bunch of other resources that we're actually going to be compiling a video for as well, to kind of put together and show you guys all of the resources that we came across in our move abroad that helped us either get prepared and get our money right on the situation on that side of Zion when we were right. in the United States, versus here now that we're here, to be able to keep ourselves straight, or what have you. So that's a good one too. Okay, we're getting down to the wire.
Okay.
The last question of the day. Moving abroad was once at the top of our bucket list. Now we have no top thing on our bucket list anymore. So what's next? What's the bucket list?
Bucket list to really get to a point where we can
bucket list
to travel.
Oh,
and
where are you trying to go?
Well, I mean, one of my fantasies is to follow this Formula One calendar for a year.
That would be a bucket list. I mean, we're talking Abu Dhabi, Australia, we're talking China, Japan, Brazil,
Italy, Germany.
Yeah.
So
Silverstone.
That's in Great Britain.
Yeah. That's That
Spa
would
in
be
Belgium.
amazing. So that, yeah, that's next
They're
level
at
bucket
they're
list.
adding tracks like the one I just saw today that they're finishing up the track in Vietnam.
Hmm.
Oh, it's
It's
raining.
raining finally. What? Sorry,
Yeah,
guys. It's
it hasn't
raining.
rained and
It's been a month or so. A
yeah,
couple. It's been a long time.
yeah. It's a little
What?
bit of cloudiness, which actually feels good right now because the sun was burning me up.
Right, right. Yeah, yeah, Lord took care of
Nice
your
little
legs.
breeze,
Lord took care of them legs.
little
But bucket
breeze.
list wise, that would be yes, following the Formula One circuit around for
A year.
a year. Next level bucket list.
Yeah,
My bucket list was smaller, right? I didn't have a big bucket list because honestly, a lot of the things that I set out to do for my bucket list, I've done. There's only two things. I was looking at a Facebook post a couple days ago. There's only two things that are left on that particular list. One was going to Hawaii. I've never been to Hawaii,
no,
and hint hint, yeah, he didn't catch it. And
I'm listening.
and the other thing was going to the Grand Canyon. And I thought at one point in time we were trying to arrange a way to take the kids to see the Grand Canyon, but we never did.
Hmm.
Now, I will happily replace the Grand Canyon with take the kids back to Ethiopia
Yeah, yeah,
for a visit to go back to Ethiopia
yeah.
again, because of course they don't remember
Right.
or what have you. I would happily trade that off for that or what have you. But
You got them thinking that we went to visit Ethiopia.
oh, oh well, yeah. The kids don't remember that they were born in Ethiopia.
Yeah,
They don't remember that, of course.
yeah,
So I would love to be able to go back to Ethiopia and for them to see the place where they actually were born
right.
and all that kind of stuff because they have no memories of the time that we spent there. And it was really special.
Yeah,
So I would love for that to have that. And so that would be something I would put at the top of my
yeah.
bucket
I would
list.
like because I mean, taking them when they were younger, it would be like taking your child to Disney.
And they'll remember.
They don't remember that.
Vanessa don't remember Disneyland
Yeah, they don't
or
remember
Disney
that.
World.
They
She
don't
don't
remember that.
remember.
They don't remember that. No.
Yeah, I'm talking crap. All right, so we're gonna wind down our Facebook Live. This is our first live of the new year.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to do this a
Lot.
lot. To try to do this twice a month.
Yeah.
Once on the first, it's the first of the month, and the 15th.
Yeah.
So that's what our plan is. And we have a bunch of videos that are about to drop and be released that chronicle and show the whole movement trajectory of us moving from Maryland to Mexico. So stay tuned on our YouTube channel. At the bottom of this,
I can tell you this: I
What?
have no plans on going back to the United States.
you say spoiler alert.
I don't. I don't have any plans on going back. I mean, at this stage in my life, moving around like this, but we've moved to an area that is absolutely spectacular, and the people are great.
This is the new home base.
Yes,
this is the new home base. We'll launch off and explore from here, and it's fantastic because Mexico is such a huge country and is so diverse, and it's going to take us a while to properly explore Mexico.
I'm hoping by this time next year I will be speaking Spanish very well.
That is the goal.
I'm not going to say fluently, but I'm going to do my best.
Well, that is my goal.
Yeah,
that is my goal.
If I'm speaking fluently this time next or the beginning of 2024, that would be fantastic.
Yes, that's my goal. I plan to be fluent by the end of the year.
Because this is respect. This is their country. This isn't the United States. I'm not going to come here like what's happened in San Miguel, where they've kind of assimilated the English language, menus, things like that. That's kind of destroying the culture of a tremendous country in Mexico and the Mexican culture. That's not cool to me.
Yeah. Yeah. But for me, it just would be easier to get around.
Yes, it would.
And just to be able to communicate and stuff like that. Now, we make it work.
Yes.
I mean, we moved here with no Spanish. Well, I had
Google Translate is a big friend.
Yes. That's your buddy.
For sure. But I mean, I've been able to go to stores, go to Home Depot, go to
Get
different
around.
and get around and get things done.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful for the people here that do speak some
And
English.
show you grace when you don't.
And they are appreciative that you're trying.
Yes, yes.
They are appreciative. They really appreciate the fact that
And
you're
if they
making effort.
see you trying, they're like, let me help this child out.
Yeah. Which is cool.
Yeah, it is cool. It is very cool. But by the end of 2023, I want to be fluent. So I got to step up my game. I've been very diligent and every day practicing with my Duolingo, but it's time for me to take it to the next level. So, so if you're new to our channel, bienvenido. And if we would love for you to come back and subscribe to our channel, the link is down below. We are Lamar and Angela on all of our social media, all of the social media platforms is Lamar and Angela. Stay tuned because we have a bunch of, and when I say a bunch, at least 7-8 videos that are about to come out that chronicle that whole journey from Maryland to Mexico and everything in between. Y'all don't want to miss it because it was a lot.
It was epic though. It was pretty cool.
It was
cool. So happy New Year. Blessings to everybody. May your year of 2023 be a great one.
Indeed.
And we wish you all well.
Indeed. God bless. Godspeed.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.